Hello, I am very poorly, but this is week 2 of my fame rehearsals, and we started this week with Can't Keep It Down. We blocked that with Liam, and we read through the script, and I looked into the same phrase that I used in my last weekly log that I wanted to apply to my rehearsals, which was every reaction has a consequence. And I spoke last week about when I annotated my script and I looked at what is Mr. Myers' moral, what are his morals, what is he like as a person, and how would he react in different situations. And I think that applies, so I Can't Keep It Down. He's clearly very passionate about his job. He cares about the children that he looks after. And when Joe is singing his song, he is obviously a bit disgusted because he's talking about not being able to keep it down. I'm not going to be very vulgar, but I'll link the video. And where he's disgusted by it, and he's a little bit like, oh, I'm a teacher, you're my student, and you're speaking about something inappropriate in my lesson. He's also very much like, well, it is true though, it's facts, he's being honest, which was the moral of the lesson. And he talks about like finding who you really are, sharing a deep dark secret with the class so you can tap into that when doing an acting exercise, if that makes sense. It's difficult to explain because it's what's happening in the classroom that Mr. Myers wants his students to understand what to do in the future, obviously because they're training at drama school. So that is what I wanted to apply to that. And just in my body language, I think for a lot of it I had my arms crossed, which obviously shows that sense of I am the teacher, this is the way I'm going to portray myself. In the way that I was sitting, my posture was really important, because where a lot of the other students were slouching, again, it's just the small things that I think will add to the character as I go along, and just how I reacted in that situation. So we did that, and then I swapped with Trinity, and it was really interesting because we have completely different takes on the character. So we did that, and then the next day we actually did the harmonies for Can't Keep It Down, and I learned the harmonies because I will be in the acting lesson when I'm not being Mr. Myers. And it's a very short piece that we had to learn. But what I decided to do is I took it up a key. I took on the information and the feedback from Katie Vallis when I had my audition, and it was to stick to your strengths. So I took it up a key higher because I know that my voice is comfortable, like more comfortable there, and that made it easier for me to learn the harmony, if that makes sense. And then we then had a space where we could ask if we wanted help with any other harmonies, and I said I needed help with the group 1 harmony. Again, last week in my log, I explained how I'm finding it difficult keeping the tempo and not slowing down the whole song. So we went through that, and actually I realised that I was singing lots of the different harmonies. So what I did to improve that and to work on that was I video recorded my part of the harmony that I have now learnt. So that is something that I've done this week to show my progress in learning that harmony. And that's essentially what we did this week. I'm pretty sure that is. And then we also went through that scene again with Can't Keep It Down, like actually blocking it. That is what we did. I also read in for Miss Sherman. That doesn't really have any relevance to my personal my personal reflection, but we also did that. That is something that I did for like an hour or 2 of the rehearsal, so that was what my time was taken up by. But that also gave Trinity the chance to read for Mr. Myers as well. And that's essentially what we did. Again, I'm not very well, so I'm not sure whether I'll be in on the Friday. However, I'm going to continue to annotate my script and do my research, which again is all under the video. But thank you very much for watching. I hope I get better soon. Not living my best life, but here we are.